Hey, welcome back in. It is so great to see you. Today I wanted to speak about Candida and Candida overgrowth, and I figured what better time of the year to talk about Candida and the impact of Candida than maybe at the festive season when we're more inclined to eat foods and drink that could stimulate Candida overgrowth or exacerbate it already. So this is what it's all about today, just speaking to you about how we could help reduce any Candida overgrowth, or if there is any, then to help stop it, get rid of it as well, to kill it off so that you can have a balance back in the microbiome. So what I'm talking about with Candida is a fungal microbe. It is a single cell microbe that can live in our digestive system. It can also be on our skin, so we do have it in and on our body, but the point is that we want it to be in very, very small amounts and have the good bacteria or the beneficial microbes of the gut protecting the gut and being in the larger numbers. But what can happen with Candida overgrowth is this yeast can grow and it can dominate or become one of the dominant species of the microbiome of the gut. So it lives in the intestinal lumen. And when it becomes overwhelming and it overwhelms the population of the gut, it can create dysbiosis and leaky gut. And these two conditions can create a plethora of symptoms. And some of those symptoms can be things like foggy brain, leaky gut, like I just said, but mood swings, fatigue, sweet cravings. Man, the Candida will make you eat everything in the fridge that's healthy until you can eat something sweet. Have you ever felt like that? Where you've gone, no, I'm going to be good. I'm not going to have any sweets today. And you eat all these healthy things and you're still not satisfied. And then finally you get one piece of sweet and you go, yeah, that's it. Could be that it's the Candida that's driving you to eat all of those foods so that it can get fed. Might have digestive issues like constipation, diarrhea, wind, flatulence, bloating, cramping, any of those digestive complaints, brain fog, lack of concentration. Some of my clients get a white coating on their tongue. They come in and they go, I've got this white coating, and that can be part of the candidal overgrowth as far as oral thrush. We can get joint pain, we can get muscle aches and pains, skin rashes, food intolerances. Some people can get fungal nail infections or even jock itch, and women can get thrush, and you might get some headaches as well. So you can see that there's a fair few symptoms that could occur when Candida is in overgrowth in the body. And so what it's about is to control the Candida and create the beautiful balance back in the digestive tract again. And by doing that, we can help support our health and support our energy and our vitality and even our brain function as well. So many times Candida can go undiagnosed and unnoticed. And so it's about, if you do suspect there's Candida there are a few tests that we can do to determine whether Candida is about. There is also some checklists, some symptom checklists that can happen as well. But the great news is there is some testing that we can allude to whether there's Candida as an overgrowth in the body or not. And when there is a candidal overgrowth in the body, we can get certain disease conditions. Some of them can include, or many of the autoimmune conditions, including Hashimoto's thyroiditis, digestive issues, so irritable bowel syndrome, SIBO, the small intestinal bowel overgrowth, a lot of digestive complaints, but also many of the chronic disease conditions can occur because of this imbalance or this candidal overgrowth with the digestive system. So how do you get Candida, or how do you get a candidal overgrowth? I get asked that a lot by my clients. And there are many factors that can contribute to candidal overgrowth. A lot of them are to do with modern day Western society. Things like many medications, including antibiotics, including steroids, birth control. Some of the preservatives and additives in our food can stimulate an imbalance in the microbiome of the gut and favor these fungal organisms that they can increase in their numbers. A lot of our sugar, highly refined sugar-laden foods stimulate candidal growth because they do use sugar as one of their main food sources. So any of the refined sugars, and we are in that time of the year with Christmas, there are a lot of celebrations, foods that we may not eat the rest of the year, alcohol, wine, beer, all of those things that might be being consumed at this time of the year that might stimulate a candidal overgrowth if it's already there. Stress can also be the other factor as well, and let's face it, this time of the year can get quite busy. There can be a few extra stresses and strains, so really looking at how stress could be affecting your body as well. So to eliminate candida, what can you do? If you have candidal overgrowth, what can you do to help eliminate and bring the body back into balance again? Well, I'm going to suggest that there's no one treatment. There's no one, eat this candida diet or have this supplement, or there's no one treatment. It does need to be a whole body approach where we look at the factors. What are the factors that are contributed to the candidal overgrowth, and address those factors? But definitely starting with looking at the diet, eliminating that refined sugar. And yes, again, I know it's Christmas, coming up to Christmas, and I'm being a bit blasphemous saying, hey, avoid the refined sugars, but there's a lot of great raw food treats that we can use to help still give us that feeling like we're indulging with the rest of the family, but they're healthy, they're based on raw foods, and they're quite nourishing as well. So there's lots of meals that can be prepared and snacks that aren't based on refined sugar, because it's the refined sugar that's feeding the candida. Including coconut oil in your cooking, including coconut in some of the meals, because coconut, particularly coconut oil, has a compound called caprylic acid, and caprylic acid helps to kill the membrane of the cellular wall of the candidal organism. So I always recommend using coconut oil as part of your cooking process to help as an everyday addition into your diet. And then there's a lot of herbs that can help to kill candida. Candida albicans and glabrata are the two major varieties of candida, and some of the herbs that can be used include padaco, that have historically been renowned to help have antifungal effects. So we've got padaco, we've got Oregon grape, black walnut, grapeseed extract, usnea, isatis. There's so many great herbs that can be used to help support the dying off or the modification of the numbers of candida in the system to reduce that overgrowth that's there. But as always, get some advice from a qualified herbalist as to which herbs are suitable for where you're at this time. And then, as always, supporting the liver. And I think this is one of the areas that's underestimated at how much of an effect it has in controlling not only candidal overgrowth, but any microbial overgrowth or dysbiosis in the gut. We really need to look at the liver function. Is the liver working optimally? Is it creating the environment that these undesirable microbes can't survive? Because when the liver is working properly and it's eliminating the toxins and it's doing its detoxification pathways correctly, then it favors the beneficial microbes of the gut. So these non-desirable or pathogenic microorganisms like candidal overgrowth can't survive. And so it's very important that we do look at supporting the liver again, particularly at this time of the year with the festive season. There is a lot more rich foods, alcohol and all kinds of indulgences occurring at this time of the year. So really supporting the liver through this festive season as well. And that will help with the microbes of the gut, and it will also help with your waistline and your energy levels as well. And then using specific probiotics. Now, it's no good just going and getting a probiotic and thinking, hey, I'm going to put the good guys in. It's going to help kill the bad guys. Doesn't always work like that. My analogy is it's a bit like going to a nursery and getting a whole lot of plants and putting in your garden, but not taking the weeds out. The plants and the weeds are going to compete with each other. And you may not have survival of all of the beautiful plants that you've just planted in your garden. So I generally suggest that there's specific probiotics that we can use to help kill the bad guys, kill the candidal overgrowth. And particularly one that's great for candidal overgrowth is a probiotic called Saccharomyces boulardii. I've had fantastic results in clinic at helping to control these overgrowth or these parasitic kinds of infections that are going on from the candidal overgrowth. And then I always recommend that there's certain foods that we should put into our eating program to help reduce the risk of overgrowth occurring, but also to help to control the overgrowth as well. And some of those foods include cloves, include cinnamon, ginger, garlic, turmeric, grapefruit, oregano or oregano, depending on how you say it, basil. Some of these herbs and spices and foods are fantastic to have regularly to help to reduce the candidal overgrowth and kill off some of those undesirable guys. So if you think that you might have some candida overgrowth and you want to know more, then message me. I'd love to send you a checklist for our leaky gut symptom checklist. I'd be happy to hand this out so that you can see if there could be any leaky gut, which could be an indicator that candidal overgrowth is there. But otherwise, if you're wanting to do some more testing and really look into it, I'd love to be able to help you out as well. Please contact me so I can help steer you in the right direction. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Teresa Todd, Conquering Health Naturopath and Biochemist, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day. Bye for now.